Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to call the meeting to order. Ashley, would you please call the roll?
Brian Bobeck.
Here.
Michael Brown.
Here.
Ryan Deathridge.
Here.
Peter Dillingham.
Here.
Rob Seaman.
Here.
Superintendent Fields.
Here. Do we have a quorum?
Yes.
Great. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Join me in the salute to the Oklahoma flag.
I salute the flag of the state of Oklahoma. Its symbols of peace unite all people.
Thank you. Please be seated. Good morning, everybody. Thank you all for being here today. Love having a full house, and most importantly, appreciate our students being here today. Look forward to hearing from them and seeing our friends from across the state. Thank you all for being here today. Not many updates from me. I'm approaching 6 months as state superintendent of instruction in Oklahoma, and it's been a lot of fun. I teased that I started on my anniversary, which was October 1, and 6 months will be on April Fool's Day, April 1. Little did we know, candidly. Yeah, we feel like we're getting some margin. Things are going really good at the State Department, and our next guest speaker just arrived. I hope you've noticed changes not only in our operations, but in the looks of place, the front entrance as a receptionist, and we felt like we could just change the entrance and welcome people a little bit differently. So we're really excited about that. I know Director Hagan probably will talk about the legislative session. We're right in the middle of that. I was pleased to see a bill pass the House yesterday for a $2,000 across-the-board raise for our teachers. We'll see how that develops. Directors. So we're right in the middle of all that, and I would say in all of the important conversations, especially maybe not so much important to CareerTech, but it's important to all of us. You're going to see a lot about literacy bills. We're right in the middle of those literacy bills, both on the House and the Senate side. I think those two will come together to create a good literacy package for the state of Oklahoma. So literacy, teacher recruitment and retention, we're pretty excited about. So Director Hagan, you're doing a great job over there. Thank you. Thanks everybody for being here, and I'll turn it to you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Congratulations on 6 months.
Right on. Thank you.
Awesome. So thank you all for being here. I know it's a busy time. Spring's always a busy time. We thank you for being here. Some business we need to get done today, so I appreciate that. If the Kiamichi group will please stand up so we can be recognized. There's a group of individuals from Kiamichi Technology Center that are here to see what goes on at a board meeting. They were at our agency yesterday. Where else are you? You're going to the Capitol today, and your group is Leadership Kiamichi. What's the title? Superintendent's Leadership Academy. Shelley, is there anything you want to say about your group?
They're just fabulous group.
Okay.
They're from all of our campuses across the district, and they spent a year with me, and they learn about their leadership qualities that they have. They learn about Kiamichi Tech, the district Kiamichi Tech. We take them to the state agency, we take them to the Capitol, and then they'll go to a board meeting with us, and just a lot. Then we focus on our workforce economic development side, just all facets within Kiamichi Tech and the CareerTech system. And they actually even toured the skill center in Hodge.
Oh, awesome.
That was an eye-opener for them. A lot of them did not know that we offered those services in the skill center. So thank you for that.
Yes. Thank you all for being here. These are different staff. Yes, instructors, different staff members. But thank you for being here, and Superintendent Free, thank you for investing in your staff. We also have some students we're going to get to, as Superintendent mentioned, and right now is CTSO season, so we're in the middle of some CTSO work. Shay may be at an event right now. I think she's judging FCCLA, so thank you for not judging today so we could have a board meeting, but I'm glad that she's there and participating in that. It is a busy time, so We are in the middle of legislative session, as Superintendent mentioned, and policy measures are going extremely well. So we have really 9 areas that we brought forward of interest, and all of those have passed their first chamber. So they went through their committee and through their chamber and will be eligible for the next chamber. So very exciting that we're working on that. Team has done a great job. Gina spends every Tuesday at the Capitol, so pray for her when she's down there. But all of our team has been very active. Today we will be helping with or participating in Workforce Day at the Capitol. So if you get time this afternoon, you want to run over to the Capitol, you will see all agencies that are part of Workforce represented there, and we will have people there as well participating in that. So good day to be over there in the People's House. I would not share too many more things because we've got things that we need to get to, but I would say that strategic planning that we're going to talk about in a minute has gone extremely well, and that's a big initiative for this spring as well, on top of what we normally do in the spring. So we're excited for that and looking forward to a good board meeting today. Thanks for being here.
Thank you, Director. Move on. We have a oath of office to be administered to Mr. Randy Gilbert for a new term, April 2nd, 2026 through April 1st, 2030. You sure about this, sir? It does, doesn't it? Well,
He's sure, don't worry about it.
okay, sorry, sir. Well, let's do a oath of office. Director Haken, you want to administer that?
Sure will. All right, you know the drill. You're going to repeat after me.
Okay.
I'll try to not give you too much to say at one time. A little bit at a time. All right. I, Randy Gilbert, do solemnly swear
I, Randy Gilbert, do solemnly swear
that I will support,
that I will support,
obey, and defend the Constitution of the United States
support, obey, and defend the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Oklahoma,
and the Constitution of the State of Oklahoma,
and that I will not
and that I will not
knowingly receive,
knowingly receive,
directly or indirectly,
directly or indirectly,
any money or valuable thing
any money or valuable things
for the performance or non-performance
for the performance or non-performance
of any act or duty
of any act or duty
pertaining to my office,
pertaining to my office,
other than the compensation allowed by law.
other than the compensation allowed by law.
I further swear
I further swear
that I will faithfully discharge my duties
that I will faithfully discharge my duties
as a member
as a member
of the State Board of Career and Technology Education
of the State Board of Career and Technology Education
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Welcome back. Oh, I need to scoop that one?
Oh, that's it.
Oh, there we go. We'll balance out. So how many years are you at so far?
I'm Henry, so what would that be?
20-something. Yeah,
20, 30, 20.
that's awesome.
Congrats, Randy.
Thank you, Randy.
Mr. Gilbert, we like to give you a hard time, but in all seriousness, we do appreciate you and all your service. We don't take it for granted. All the board members giving up your time. I know you all paused when it said compensation allowed by law. There's no compensation for it. It's strictly voluntary.
That may be, my first question is, do we get the $2,000 raise too?
We'll see what we can do, sir. Okay. Well, let's, we need to approve the minutes. Discussion possible action of the minutes from our February 19th regular meeting. Do we have any comments or questions about the minutes? Thank you. Is there a second? Moved in second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Okay. Let's move on to our recognitions and presentations. Excited to hear from our student officers today. Ms. Morris, I believe, are you going to lead this? All
Yes.
right. What's going on today?
Members of the board, we're going to combine items 2.01, 2.02. Laura Morris is our Manager of Health Science Education, and she'll get us kicked off.
Good morning. How are you all this morning? Great. I've never been first, so I'm really excited. This is fantastic. I think I should have a PowerPoint that's coming up, yes? And it
No, you gotta
says,
wing it.
hell, okay, I've got it right here, no worries. But
There it is.
I want to start by telling you that I have the most wonderful staff on the entire CareerTech system. If you'd go ahead and switch to the next slide, you guys can meet my staff. One of the reasons I think they're so awesome is because we like to have a good time. And we like each other so much, we went and had cringy family photos together this year for Christmas. So I just wanted to share. I could do something professional, but it's really not me. So anyway, but I want to tell you, we have had the busiest year we've probably ever had in my division. I've been working in the health science education division since 2000. So I now look at it and go, wow, 26 years. So I'm more excited than you know that I'm getting to do different things than I've ever done before, and I have a team that it hits the ground running and they go, and we do. So let me tell you a little bit about what we've got going on. So these are our initiatives that we had on the previous slide, and I'm going to talk about each one of those, but feel free to read ahead if you'd like. So this is just some of the things this year that we've started. Actually 3, 4, actually almost all of that is new this year. So we're really excited about all of our opportunities we've had. You can go ahead. The very first thing, our friends to the north in Missouri have been doing a health career day with their hospital association and their state chamber for the last probably 3 years. And they did their 4th year this year. And so my friend at the Oklahoma Hospital Association, Emily, knows the girl from Missouri, and I'm good friends with the girl from CareerTech. And so we met and we were like, there's this cool thing. I know, I've heard about it. And so she said, let's do this before the end of October. And I was like, oh my gosh, okay. So we met in July for the first time, and that seems like a really long lead time, but the idea behind it, and we have our next one planned, so I want you to jot this down, but our plan is, if you go on to the next slide, you can see what we did last year, and we feature 10 different hospitals and whatever career they want to focus on. So this is a virtual day. It's like a career fair, but it's all done by students logging into a Zoom meeting. We take questions ahead of time so we can kind of screen the questions, and we have the hospitals create a video that's about 10 minutes long that promotes a profession or multiple professions, and then we switch back live to the hospital and students can ask questions. And my job was to run interference to make sure they didn't ask anything inappropriate. I know that's hard to believe that they might, but so we feed questions to the moderator, and the moderator would ask the site. So these were all the different sites. So many of you are from across the state. I know you're probably pleased to see St. Mary's is on there. And we also have, we had small hospitals, our hospital in Fairfax. And also, if you go to the next slide, that's fine, you're good, leave it there. But Beaver County was probably one of the very best videos we had. They did EMS, which is so important in rural areas. EMS of all types, and they landed a helicopter in the video, and whoa. So it didn't matter if it was a small hospital or a big hospital. We were featuring all kinds, and they were very clear about what their job responsibilities were, what they liked best about their job, and so on. the fact that it was virtual allowed us to reach about 2,000 kids, and our goal is to go much higher next year. So it starts at 9 in the morning, ends at 1. So as students pass in and out of classes, they can log in, and then after the whole event was over, we created a website for students to go back out and watch the whole thing if they wanted to. So if they only got to see a part, but they really are interested in being a surge tech, then that would allow them to do so. We also created a number of resources, fantastic opportunities that tied into HOSA, our student organization, and also our just great career exploration activities that teachers could do or counselors could do with students that related to each of those careers. We have our next one scheduled for next October, and we're starting a little earlier this time. So Emily's in the process of finding out what hospitals want to help, and it was a great experience. So I don't know if anyone was able to log in last time, but it's really cool, and it's on our website. You can link to it. So we'd love for you to take a look. Okay, I'm ready for the next slide. So I had the opportunity last summer to be appointed to, I've been on the Governor's Council for Healthcare Workforce for a number of years, and I had the opportunity to lead the organization or that committee. And I was, having been part of it, I was tired of going to meetings and nothing happening. So we decided we were going to make some things happen. We kind of counted the partnership we just talked about with OHA because Emily's also on the committee. So we did do that, but this event was, we presented 2 different career, program, and college fairs across this state. We did one in Tulsa and one in Oklahoma City, and these were live events where we had people come and set up booths. For example, booths here in Oklahoma City, we had people from Francis Tuttle, their respiratory care program, their nursing program. We had, and they brought students and demonstrated what those careers are. So it was really, that part was really interactive. We created a bingo where they had to get stickers at every booth and go talk to people because, you know, many times high school kids will be a little, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but some high school kids might be a little nervous to go up and talk to people. So this was an opportunity for them to learn more about occupations. There were hospitals and other healthcare agencies. We ended up having 200 and I believe 270 at the one here in Oklahoma City, and the one in Tulsa we ended up closer to like 327, something like that. So I'm a firm believer that more time to promote helps. And also getting on actual TV, it was shocking to me how many people had seen it on TV the morning before. And they were adults who came down to go through the career fair. So we're hoping to continue that as well. I'm ready. Oh, pictures! Yay! I should have had him switch to these. So these we did. The places you will go was our theme, and I know it seems a little elementary, but we're a little elementary. So we thought it was a lot of fun. We had prizes for students that completed their blackout bingo, and it was just a good time was had by all. I'm from a small town in Lamont. That's what our newspaper always said. Okay, you can switch to the next. Youth apprenticeships. This has been a fantastic opportunity. We were contacted by SSM Health. SSM is an organization that works in 4 different states, and the one that's probably of most note that you all would know is St. Anthony's downtown. You have one, Mr. Gilbert, I believe, in Shawnee as well, and there are different facilities in South Oklahoma City and also in anyway, they're all over this area. But we had schools that we were able to offer to all of our metropolitan area schools that offer AUA, phlebotomy. AUA is Advanced Unlicensed Assistant, and that is an acute care nurse aide. So that's someone who works in a hospital, which is a little different than a long-term care aide. So they wanted students that had already been through our nurse assistant program, our long-term care program, and then they were going to be in the AUA, the phlebotomy, or the medical assisting program. We were able to identify, and we opened up jobs for them. We had about 25 different opportunities. We were able to front load the curriculum where we taught the basic skills at the first of the year, and then we kind of just sent them out and they work for these companies. We did a visit with the students in the first couple of months, and it was fascinating how they could explain how they were an SSM employee and all the benefits that they could get. Did you know that because I'm an SSM employee, I can do this, this, and this? So I've kind of spent the rest of this year talking to all the other hospital systems that I can. I've talked to Mercy, we've talked to Integris, and I'm hoping to have a meeting. Emily and I've scheduled one for May where we're going to get all of the hospital CEOs who might be interested and workforce people together in a room and talk to them about how they might be able to do an apprenticeship as well. It's different because the students make money and they get to work and practice their skills on the job. So it's fantastic. Okay. This is, we weren't looking for this either, and it just kind of happened and was a fantastic thing. We just got the news, probably in December, that they wanted a CareerTech to be part of the Rural Health Transformation grant that was part of the big, beautiful bill, and I have a hard time spitting all my B's out. But that's where the partnership they want to do with CareerTech was to put in 10 high school LPN programs, licensed practical nurse programs. We've had those programs on different campuses for about 10 years. And so we are in the process of getting that off the ground. We hope to start in the spring. Right now, we're still identifying the schools that are interested in participating, and I think some of those schools are here with us today. So it's going to be a really neat opportunity. It's a 5-year grant, and every year the amount is somewhere around 150, where's Lisa? I want to say it right. Okay, yes, she's right here. She's my money girl. $157,000 for each program each year. So it's somewhere over a $5 million grant total.
It's about 1.5 a year. So.
Yeah. There you go, 1.5 a year. So it's a great opportunity for them to help support CareerTech education. And that brings me to the next slide. This is not something that's just happened this year. Our articulation agreements actually went in place last year, 2024 actually. And so a couple of years ago, there was a nursing, a committee that worked together. And they were from LPN, associate degree, and baccalaureate degree programs. And they negotiated MOUs so that would work. So if you are an LPN, you automatically get X amount of credit at every one of the schools that signed the agreement. Now, many schools have agreements for even more hours. And our hope would be that we can continue to grow that. So I just want to throw in a little vision for you. Our vision would be that we can start those high school students, they can finish their LPN, and why not put them directly into an RN program, right? They sign up for that when they're an associate degree, right? They go to school and they say, I want to be an RN. And our hope is that someday we can work out an apprenticeship kind of opportunity for our LPN students to track into registered nurse. And this agreement helps us start that alignment. We also have created I don't want you to think we only care about nursing, we care about all the professions. And there are 206 healthcare professions, so just so you know, there's plenty of them out there. You don't have to be a nurse. But if you want to be, there are, we have opportunities. Our other programs, we have now created an instructional framework that outlines what every program is offering. And like, for example, these are all the courses, this is the number of hours and so on. And that allows us to go to higher ed and say, hey, what will you give us for this? So that we can create degreed individuals after they finish their certificate programs with us. So go ahead and do the next one, please, maybe. So this brings me to what we all are waiting for today, not to make you guys nervous or anything, but I want to introduce one of my staff, Gilda Austin. Our HOSA State Advisor isn't able to be here today, but Gilda is the officer advisor. So she's been working with the state officers for the last year, or since October, I guess. And so she's going to introduce them, and they're going to talk about our different activities that we're doing in HOSA. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Gilda Austin, and like Laura said, I am the HOSA State Officer Coach. It's a brand new thing that I've started doing this year just from my involvement with these students. I came from the classroom and sometimes I miss it. And so this gives me an opportunity to work with young people and help them develop. I mostly help them work on, their stage presence and their speeches, things that they're going to be doing throughout their office. And it also takes a little bit of a load off of our HOSA State Advisor because she has a lot of responsibilities when you're organizing big events. And so I'm very proud to present to you two of our great state officers that are here today. Simardeep Singh is our Southeast Region Vice President, and Jacqueline Oliveras is our HOSA State President. So I'm going to have them come talk to you because you'd rather hear from them than me.
Hello everybody, my name is Jacqueline. Like she said, I'm the Oklahoma HOSA State President. And Simmer, if you want to introduce yourself.
My name is Simardeep Singh. I am the Southeast Region Vice President for Oklahoma HOSA.
And we wanted to come here today and talk about what HOSA does, especially on the student perspective. So like she said, we got elected into our term in October at the Fall Leadership Conference. And it goes...
Good with that mic.
Thank you. And it goes until October of this year. So I just want to talk about especially the conferences. So we start off with the Fall Leadership Conference, and this year we started off having a peak conference, which is for the post-secondary and collegiate students, and it was really amazing. It was successful. We got to talk about why we are running for office, and then we have our secondary and middle school conference that happens at the end, and that's where we find out if we got elected into office or not, and thankfully we did. And so now we are coming up with our state conference in April, which is a little under 2 weeks. And these are some numbers. We've grown a lot over the last 3 years. This year we're going to have over 3,000 members at our state conference, which is going to be amazing. It's going to be a wonderful turnout. But at the state conference, we have competitive events, there's recognition, and then if you qualify, if you get first place, second place, or third, you get to go to the International Leadership Conference, which is held in Indiana this year. And for me, the state conference, I can truly say it changed my life. I got to go to the state conference last year. I competed in CPR and first aid, and I got first, and I qualified to attend internationals in Nashville last year. And that's where I can say I decided I wanted to run for office. That opportunity right there changed my life completely. Seeing so many members from across the world, different countries, come together to bond over something we share in common, healthcare. We want to be better. We want to be leaders. I still keep in contact with, I've met this girl from Minnesota, from Hawaii, and it's been amazing. You bond over one thing and you truly are a family. And so going to the state conference, we do get to go to ILC, but we get to run the state conference. We get to help these students have that same opportunity. They get to qualify for this. we get to show off our work for the last months of this term. It's going to be amazing. And at ILC, you also compete to be recognized at the international level. You get to bond, you get to create this family, and then the term starts again at fall. So I'll just take Simmer to talk about the other events, but those are the conferences we have.
So yes, as Jacqueline mentioned, we have our main events for HOSA are Fall Leadership Conference, State Leadership Conference, International Leadership Conference, and also we have something special in Oklahoma, and it's called Camping Night. And so Camping Night happens, typically in the past years it's happened in June, and this year it's happening, in the past years it's happened in May, but this year it's going to start in June. And it's a very good opportunity for members to become more involved within HOSA. And for me, Camping Night is a very special event because it really signified why I wanted to be in HOSA and why I wanted to pursue a state officer position. And so when I joined HOSA my sophomore year, I'm currently a senior, and so this is my third year in HOSA. But when I first joined HOSA, I found it really interesting, but I didn't really have a strong passion for it until I attended Camping Night at the end of my sophomore year. And so at Camping Night, there's outdoor recreation, there's networking and leadership training. And so the state officers lead these family groups with individuals from people across the state. And honestly, those people, like, even though you're at Camping Night for 3 days, those people truly become your family. And my first family group that I had 2 years ago, like, we still talk, we have a group chat, and some of us are in college and some of us are still in high school, and we still try to find a way to stay connected with each other. And I feel that Camping Night really did push me to become a state officer. I'm not a big person for public speaking, but I really, after seeing the state officers be vulnerable in their stories and their journeys of the person they are and how they got to where they are and the challenges that they faced to help them get there, it really inspired me to leave that same impact for the members. And so that is just why I joined HOSA and why I continue to become my local chapter's vice president and then running for state office. And so for me, I feel that my favorite thing about HOSA is the people that you meet. And so I can connect this to ILC, like Jacqueline said. At International Leadership Conference, there's this tradition of pin trading. And so every chartered affiliation has a specific pin that they design every year. And so at International Leadership Conference, different states and different countries, they trade pins with each other. And so the most important part about this is that each pin carries a story. And so it allows you to connect with other people from across the world. And like Jacqueline mentioned, she met people from Hawaii and all these different places. And so it's really interesting to see the people that you meet through HOSA. And another thing I wanted to talk about is Colorado HOSA and Oklahoma HOSA are in a partnership. And I had the honor of serving as Colorado's liaison as my committee for Oklahoma HOSA in my state officer position. And so having this opportunity has really allowed me to help coordinate with the Colorado HOSA. And so last month, all of our team got to go to Colorado HOSA's State Leadership Conference since they had theirs in February. And so being able to attend their conference and see what they do the methods that they use to help serve their state best and how we can apply some of those to our state to make our state leadership conference and other events better, or also just try a different approach, was very meaningful to us. And we got to see the state officers lead with just this passion and confidence, which was really fulfilling and meaningful for us to see. And it really led us to our state leadership conference that's coming up in 2 weeks, and just being prepared and seeing the behind the scenes of what that looks like. And so at Colorado HOSA, I feel me and Jacqueline and the rest of our team bonded with the state officers there so well. And it truly means so much to us. HOSA is a family, and I feel like it's a place where differences don't divide us, but instead make us stronger. And so truly, I feel me and the Colorado officers, ever since we said goodbye to each other, I've been in contact with them every single day. I try to call them every week. We stay very connected, and we're so excited to reunite with each other in 2 weeks. And so again, I just feel that my favorite part of HOSA is the people you meet, the connections you make, and the opportunities that it gives you. And so behind us, there's pictures of Camping Night, which is an amazing event again for Oklahoma HOSA, and Colorado HOSA actually is starting their own Camping Night this year, which is amazing. They saw the impact that it has on students, and they wanted to also pursue it for their affiliation as well.
Do you guys have any questions for
Great
these lovely
job.
ladies?
You can stay for a minute. I've got a question.
Okay, yeah, stay up here.
So, both of you seniors right now?
Yes.
Okay, what's next? What will you do after this?
I am attending the University of Oklahoma this fall, and I'm majoring in health and exercise science on the pre-med track. And truly, I can say HOSA is the reason why I'm pursuing that. I knew from like a young age I wanted to pursue a career in healthcare, but because of HOSA, I've seen what truly healthcare is. It's helped me learn what it offers. My event, which was CPR and first aid, it's come into play. I went to my clinicals for my tech school, and I had to perform CPR on somebody. And because of that, HOSA taught me how to stay calm under pressure, and I've seen what it offers, and I know that I've become more confident in myself, and I know that healthcare is for me because of this organization. But yes, that is my plan after I graduate this May.
How about you, Simma?
For me, I'm still kind of deciding. I applied to 15 schools, and so I'm still waiting for a few of them to get back to me and just weighing out my options. But my preference is to go back to California. I was born and raised there, and so I applied to many UCs. And so I'm just kind of weighing out my options. But I'm overall trying to major in human biology, microbiology, immunology, genetics, kind of that field, on either the pre-PA track or the pre-med track. I'm still deciding that as I go. But again, HOSA has really exposed me to all these different specialties and disciplines within healthcare. And so at our state leadership conference, there's so many events, competitive events that members can participate in, such as leadership, recognition, teamwork, emergency preparedness, health professions, health sciences. And so I've been able to participate in different competitive events over the years. And through that experience, I've been able to get exposed to different areas of healthcare that I enjoy. And so for me, I'm really attracted to primary care, and being able to participate in the family medicine event was really meaningful to me last year, since I placed first at state, and I also placed 6th internationally at International Leadership Conference in my competitive event, and then 4th internationally in my family medicine career test. And so it just really opened up my eyes to primary care and why I'm so passionate about it.
Awesome.
They're pretty amazing. So I just wanted to invite you all to our state leadership conference. It's April 6th and 7th. We're still looking for judges, so you don't have to have any specific healthcare knowledge. It's a yes or no, did they do it or not? So we'd love to have you. And it's our 50th anniversary. I think I want to, we're just babies in the student organization world, but 50 years ago in Oklahoma, we were one of the 5 states that or 6 states, I think, that were part of creating the first charter. So we're excited to celebrate, and we're doing some special stuff, so we'd love to have you. Do you have any questions for me?
I just had a comment. I was thrilled to hear about the expansion of the articulation agreements and even beyond the healthcare field, so I applaud that.
Thank
That's
you.
kind of our, that's kind of our secret sauce, right, for the future, so thank you.
Yeah, and I would add to that comment that Laura has been kind of the resource for our whole state in healthcare programs. That's why she was selected for the Governor's Council as chairing that committee, and now has got her roped into a lot of extra work. So she's kind of been the resource for the state on how do we do healthcare training right. So thank you, Laura, for what you do.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Laura, thank you very much. Gilda, congratulations. What a testament to your work. I know in addition to your work in healthcare professions, public speaking might be in your future too. You're making us all very proud. So thank you for being here today. And Director, you have the honor of following those two. So.
You know what, we could skip around, yeah. Yeah, I think there's a PowerPoint that is just a few slides. I'm not going to kill you by PowerPoint. We added this management information item onto the agenda to show you where we are in the strategic planning process. So after taking feedback from the agency, from the state of Oklahoma, all of our stakeholders, we've started looking at our mission and vision and getting really a consensus on what we're doing. So it might be easier if we look at the next slide, actually. So you can see our current mission there. And what we started to notice is it's just a little bland. It doesn't really hit anybody in the mouth and tell them what we do. And so we needed to update that and be bold in what we're doing. And our job is not to make sure that everyone's life is perfect. They have to have some buy-in to that as well. But what do we really do is we get them skills that help them grow into whatever their next step is. And so we're forming that now, taking input from our teams and coming back together on what that looks like. We actually will do a team review with our leadership team on Monday and then submit that to the Persimmon Group. And we will come back together, I think, for 3 more sessions. Is that right, Gina? 3 more sessions, half-day sessions on how we can build out what the strategic plan. So if you'll go to the next slide, that's our vision and kind of similar. We're trying to figure out what are the outcomes from this. A mission and a vision have to have something that ties to it that you can measure, that we can move forward with. And so that's what we're in the process of doing now. I'll be happy to share any of that information with you. It's a lengthy process to go through and figure out what our goals tie to. And outcomes, what we're learning is we need to be a little bit more bold in what our outcomes are, focus a little more on how we impact the state as a whole, and then build goals out with our teams from there. And is there another slide after that? Yep. That's the pillars that are really the focus I wanted you to see. And I'm thinking of this as kind of a house, if you will, where workforce is the roof and the expectation of what we're getting to, and the staff is the foundation that gets us there. And we have to have those other things that are in the middle holding it up. And so we're working on those 5 different categories and doing them right. The goal is to help develop workforce. Our staff are going to be our keys to doing that, but going through our image, our program evaluation, and funding and resources to make that happen, those are going to be the keys that make sure that we're successful. So I wanted to share with you that's where we are. No updates on the goals to present to you yet, but this is the process that we're working through, and be happy to answer any questions.
I just want to comment, I love that image is up there. We talked about this before, talked about it with Persimmon, but the having your line in there about first choice education, great.
Thank you.
And I think building that within just our own borders of our state will be crucial for people to see our homegrown talent being able to stay here and have their careers here.
One thing that we're learning, I'm glad you mentioned that, is that there may be opportunity within our system. We haven't explored this fully, but we are having programs that are exploring it, where there may be ability to draw from other states to come here because of our system. You know, we're recognized as the best system in the country. Well, let's draw them here and keep them here. That we haven't really explored that. As businesses are coming in and we don't have enough workforce, that may be a way that we can draw and show people that this is a great step forward. And so we're looking at how can we help our schools do that better, because they're going to need some framework to do that and some guardrails. So we're working on that now. Happy to take any questions if you have them. Just wanted to share an update.
Director, would you just take a minute to tell about the process? I think it help people know that you've had board input throughout the last couple.
Absolutely. Weeks. So we had, first of all, we start with what our expectation is from the firm that we've hired through the RFP process, and they had to submit that they were willing to do that work. And then after we get someone hired, Gina's done the lion's share of the work, so I shouldn't take credit. She should probably speak. But I'll share with you that after we get through that, this is what we want out of you. We want you to make sure that we are aligned and that we are moving our system forward. Those are really the 2 main factors. Then we go through the discovery phase, which Superintendent was mentioning, where everyone has input, and the board had a specific session and has had opportunities since, I believe, with the Persimmon Group to share what do you see happening in the system? What do you see that's good? What do you see that maybe needs improving? And so that's been very meaningful, but so have our superintendent groups, and so have K-12 educators, so have business leaders, and all in different sectors. And then people within our staff and our agency have been able to share. So it's been really good to take input from every part of the state and figure out, what do you think CareerTech is? And that's where we figured out from the image standpoint, one, not enough people know what the CareerTech system is, and so figuring out how to bolster that opportunity is key for us right now. And Gina's going to lead a lot of that work after we move forward. So you just keep piling things on her. You know, she loves it. She loves it. Yeah, but everybody's going to have a place, and when we go through what it looks like, the discovery is leading the process. So what were our things that everyone believed were doing well? That helped. What are some things we need to stop doing? So going through our stops and things that aren't working that we need to quit investing time and energy was very helpful. And what are some new ideas? And so now we're in the process of, okay, how do we start aligning what we got from the discovery, that everyone's input, and then what do we believe as the leadership team is important from there? And so the leadership team's been very invested for 2 different sessions, half-day sessions, of figuring out what's key. And we take from those sessions to our teams, what do you feel like, how does this hit you? When we tell you these new ideas and things, what's your gut reaction and where is that at? And so now we're taking that into what we call outcomes generation. And then from outcomes generation will be the time that we build the skills, if you will, the goals within the outcomes that get us where we need to be. And the teams will be largely and heavily involved in doing that, not as much us. So it goes through phases of discovery to leadership design to now the staff figure out how do we get there. And so that's kind of where we're going over the next few months until we hopefully can roll this out for July, starting this next year. So our June staff meeting is when we plan to be able to roll this out. Did I miss anything, Gina? Okay, thank you.
Thank you for that explanation. I know as a CareerTech superintendent, even now, hearing that CareerTech's the best-kept secret, don't want to hear that anymore. We don't want to be the best-kept secret, and I think you're going to get us there, Director. So thank you for your leadership. Gina, thank you for your work. Appreciate it very much. Okay, Mr. Van Ack, are you ready to get us started? A discussion possible action on post-secondary. I think we'll start with Metro Tech, if that works for you, sir.
I might add, if I may, Superintendent, if you will remember, board members that were here last time, Metro Tech was presented last time. They will not be necessarily represented for questions because we did all that at the previous board meeting. We did not have enough votes to move forward. So what we need, you can definitely ask questions. We have information for them, but really what we need is a vote, and since we went through the presentation previously. Joey, do you have anything to add to that?
I can go through the stakeholders that they interviewed and all that if you'd like again. Otherwise, if you have any questions.
I think is this for Metro Tech?
Mm-hmm. I'd recommend them.
Pardon?
Otherwise, we recommend full accreditation.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think we can go straight to the vote on this. Is there any questions or comments? Not, I'd entertain a motion. We're going to get a picture here with these folks.
So moved.
Thank you, Mr. Deathridge. Second. A motion and a second. Ashley, would you please call the vote?
Ryan Bobeck,
Abstain.
Michael Brown,
Yes.
Ryan Deathridge,
Yes.
Peter Dillingham,
Yes.
Randy Gilbert,
Yes.
Rob Seaman,
Yes.
Superintendent Fields.
Abstain.
Motion passes.
Thank you. Motion passes. We'll take just a quick break here. We're going to take some pictures.
Yeah, I'm like, golly, how good was that?
Yeah, they're so inspiring.
That's what we do.
Yes.
That's the encouraging part. Yes, yes. Having an apprenticeship in high school.
Thanks, everybody. Okay, let's get back to business. Let's discussion possible action on post-secondary accreditation for Pioneer Technology Center.
Perfect. On October 28th through 30th, 2025, the Accreditation Division conducted a hybrid accreditation review at Pioneer Technology Center in Ponca City, Oklahoma. The examiner team was comprised of 25 examiners. During the review, examiners interviewed 63 stakeholders. Some of the highlights from their feedback report include Pioneer Technology Center is the only technology center that provides adult education and family literacy classes within a county detention center. Examiners know that they are innovative in how they address their practical nursing wait lists by allowing high school students to start coursework early through their PN Select program, which also fulfills Oklahoma Promise science requirements. And then Pioneer has extensive articulation agreements, allowing students to earn substantial college credit. Examiners noted students in IT, mechatronics, early child care, and practical nursing programs can transfer credits to multiple colleges. Examiners found no areas of non-compliance. We recommend that the board grant full accreditation status to Pioneer Technology Center. And Ms. Thorpe, the superintendent's here if you have any questions for her or if she has anything to add.
Always appreciate the opportunity to work through the accreditation. We see it as a continuous improvement process for us as we examine the things that the state is looking at our standards. We can make sure that we are continuously improving in the ways that we need to grow our district and move forward as well. So thank you for the opportunity to be here today.
In reading through the report, you all are doing so many things right, so congratulations.
We're very like a lot of our sister schools across the state. We all have our own local flavor, but we are the best career tech system in the nation for a reason.
Yep. Absolutely. Any questions for either Joey or the superintendent? Okay. As Joey mentioned, he's recommending full approval. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Second. Ashley, will you call for a vote?
Ryan Bobeck,
Yes.
Michael Brown,
Yes.
Ryan Dethridge,
Yes.
Peter Dillingham,
Yes.
Randy Gilbert,
Yes.
Rob Seaman,
Yes.
Superintendent Fields.
Yes.
Thank you, motion passes.
Thank you. Moving on to 4.03, discussion and possible action, post-secondary accreditation for Eastern Oklahoma County.
On November 12th through 14th, 2025, the Accreditation Division conducted a hybrid accreditation review at Eastern Oklahoma County Technology Center in Choctaw, Oklahoma. The examiner team is comprised of 26 examiners. During the review, examiners interviewed 40 stakeholders. Some of the highlights from their feedback report include EOC is innovative in how it promotes its early career exploration and enrollment through its Explore program. Their outreach efforts like the Iguana Bus, Reach, and Explore events further engage middle and high school students to explore CT pathways. Examiners noted how EOC impacts their community through its adult daycare program, which provides a safe, engaging environment for adults with special needs. The program also offers CNA students practical clinical experience. And EOC strengthens the local economy through its acquired business connections network, connecting industry partners with program planning and regional leaders. Examiners found no areas of non-compliance. We recommend that the board grant full accreditation status to Eastern Oklahoma County Technology Center. And Mr. Hancock is here if he has anything to add or if you have questions for us.
And you're welcome to come to the microphone if you have anything you want to add. I should have told Tracy that. She just did it from there. Yeah. Make sure you're front and center.
Mr. Hancock?
Questions for me.
Yeah, how long have you been at Red?
This is my second year.
Second year.
I'd like to take more credit for all the great things going on at Eastern Oklahoma County Tech Center, but I really can't. They've had great leadership for many years. They really have, and stable leadership, and they've done a tremendous job of meeting the needs of the people in the communities that we serve, and so I'm just proud to be a part of it. Questions for me? We have a bus that they have retooled and painted. It's called the Iguana Bus. It's got an iguana on the side, but it's got computer screens and it's got some different things inside where we can put students in there. And we take it to events and parades and things like that just to promote the career tech. But we also take it and students can go in and do some hands-on kind of career tech things to to get exposed to some careers.
Love that innovation.
Thank you.
Not very many tech centers have a mascot, but they have a mascot.
We do have a mascot.
Uh-huh.
That was Dr. Underwood. He should get credit for the mascot, but that is our kids kind of like that, so it's cool.
That's cool.
Other questions for me? I'm happy to answer them.
Questions for the superintendent or for Joey about the accreditation of Eastern Oklahoma County?
Move to approve.
I would like to just say thank you to Mr. Vanek and his team. They did a great job. Very much we've gone past the compliance part and back to support. I appreciate the agency in that, and we feel like it's an opportunity for us to improve. And the agency has been there to, and the team that does the accreditation, I think, to help us with an improvement model and look at the things that we can do to get better. And we appreciate that, because I think we all need to look at things with a thought of how can we move forward and get better every day. But it was a very positive experience, and I think the team has done a fantastic job. I appreciate that, and appreciate Joey's work on that and his communication. So I just want to say thank you.
Thank you for your leadership.
Thank you.
Thank you.
One of the things I noticed very impressive was your business and industry stakeholder group was very diverse, very good, and so that was, you know what I mean, they're all good, but yours is very impressive.
I appreciate that. I'd love for you to come see what our business industry service folks are doing. We talk about a lot of stuff. Those folks are doing it. I mean, they're in the trenches, and I don't have a very large team over there. They're growing. We've added a couple of spots because they're doing so much training and things. They work so hard to build relationships with our business industry people, and I think we've gotten to a place, they've gotten to a place where folks know to call us first and say, hey, we need some help. How can you guys help us with this? And so that happens with the relationship building that they do, and an ABC group that meets on Thursdays. There's a large group that comes in of business leaders and talks about just roundtable different things that go on, and it's very positive. So I'm proud of what's going on in business industry services with our team there.
Thank you, Tony.
Thank you.
All right, we have a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Mr. Dethridge. Motion is second. Any additional conversation? Okay, Ashley, please call the roll.
Ryan Bobeck?
Yes.
Michael Brown?
Yes.
Ryan Dethridge?
Yes.
Peter Dillingham?
Yes.
Randy Gilbert?
Yes.
Rob Seaman?
Yes.
Superintendent Fields?
Yes.
All right, motion passes.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Okay, moving on to discussion and possible action for post-secondary accreditation for Red River Technology Center.
On November 18th through 20th, 2025, the Accreditation Division conducted a hybrid accreditation review at Red River Technology Center in Duncan, Oklahoma. The examiner team is comprised of 25 examiners. During the review, examiners interviewed 33 stakeholders. Some of the highlights from their feedback report include Red River has increased its service rate to partner schools, expanding student access to programs and advanced placement credits now available at their home schools. Examiners noted that Red River effectively recruits non-traditional students across its programs, as demonstrated through program observations and student interviews. And Red River has increased the number of businesses and industry it served more than 120 between FY23 and FY24. Examiners found no areas of noncompliance. We recommend that the board grant full accreditation status to Red River Technology Center. And Mr. Holding is here if he has anything to add or if you have questions for either of us.
So this is going to sound a little self-serving, but I told myself if I got to speak to the board that I was just going to thank you all for your service and integrity that you all have shown. I've been K-12 15 years and now CareerTech for 14, and I just thank you all for some of the things that you all have done, and I won't go into details, but thank you all for your service. Also want to thank Ms. Morris. I don't know how she put that PowerPoint together because I've blowed up her phone this week. We are one of the schools that are going to benefit from the high school practical nursing program. We're really excited for that. Thank you to Joey and his team. This is my second year as superintendent, but my 14th year at Red River, third accreditation that I've gone through there, and it's just affirmation that we're on the right track there at Red River. So if you all have any questions for me, I would take them at this time.
That was an impressive report, so thank you.
Thank you all.
Very impressive, looks good. I would move that we approve full accreditation for Red River.
Second. Yep.
Motion, second, any discussion? Call roll.
Ryan Novak,
Yes.
Michael Brown,
Yes.
Ryan Detrick,
Yes.
Peter Dillingham,
Yes.
Randy Gilbert,
Yes.
Rob Seaman,
Yes.
Superintendent Fields.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Okay, let's move on. Any new business?
I have none.
No new business? Okay. I'll seek a motion to adjourn then.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. We are adjourned. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.
Thanks for being here.
No new business for this meeting in a couple of hours. That would have rocked his world.
Talking to several of you, you all got an email from an educator in Perry currently. So I'll send you what I followed up. I'd already sent, Pete, I did get that to you, right? Okay. Good. So I think you